All right, guys, don't do it. Be very, very careful. I mean, extremely careful on this stuff. Don't do it. Let's get into it. All right, guys, I tell you what, man, I could never run out of content. I could never run out of content. But just let me go into what happened. Guys, I was called out on a job site. And on that job site, we had it was a flip. The whole situation was a flip. And this is not to, by no stretch of the imagination, guys. I'm not trying to belittle this lady. But there was a young, well, she might have been middle-aged African-American lady. And I get it, guys. In today's time, it's tough. Inflation is damn near at an all-time high. You go buy groceries, I promise you guys, if you go buy groceries and you're not one of those people to get the EBT and all that stuff, you fill your buggy up full of groceries, you're gonna pay $300, $400 just on one buggy of groceries. This is where we are. Times are getting tough. And I told you guys long ago that it's gonna get this way. I've been talking about that in my videos for almost 2 years now. And it gets tough. You know, it's hard. You got to have two hustles. You got to have a side hustle. You got to have a regular job. This is where we are right now. This is the game now, guys. And so a lot of people that are out here, they're trying to find a quick hustle. They're trying to find a hustle, and I get it, man. You got to make the money. You got to take care of yourself, and you got to live. These jobs are not paying. These jobs are laying you off. AI is taking jobs, and they're letting people go. These corporations are actually operating very, very lean. They're firing older people, and they're bringing young people in who can work for less. They don't have the debt accumulation. They don't need as much, and they're paying them less, and they're making them do more. So people are getting anxious. And one thing I've learned, guys, I don't read the Bible much, but I know one thing that my mom always preached to me, and it came out of the Bible. Be anxious for nothing. You're going to have to figure this thing out. But I met this lady. Let's just get into the detail. Guys, I met this lady, and she was doing a flip house. I think they had stopped construction, and I came in to try to help these guys maneuver past what's going on and get this thing going. Had to have my coffee too. But I was talking to her. She told me that she met there was a couple. This is the Birmingham area, guys, but she met a couple that they were selling a course online. They were selling, it may not have been an online course, but it was some kind of course. And I even think they even have some stuff on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But they were selling a course. There was a couple that sells a course, and they teach people how to flip houses. Okay? They teach them how to flip houses, and from what she said, that the course was expensive too, guys. You know, I don't know. She didn't give me a dollar amount, but she said it was very expensive. Teach them how to flip houses, make money, boom, and you just keep going. Now, here's what started this stuff. If you look at this picture on this screen with me, they put this on TV, and they got people biting at it. Just everybody just biting at it. House flippers. Oh man, you can flip this house and you can make money, and we can woo woo woo. This is what I hear a lot, guys. I tell you what, I'm in Birmingham. That's all I hear. They got these guys, these guys on here, attractive young white men. They put them on there, and they put them right in front of you, so you can say, man, I can do that too. And the ladies will look at those guys. Hey, those guys, they can do it. I can do it too. this couple right down, this power couple down here. Oh man, we can get together and we can be a power couple. We can do this right here. I get it, guys. What you don't know, see, stuff you see on TV, you guys got to understand, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that you don't see. You guys are actually looking at the final product and a well-polished product of what's really going on. It's almost it's no more than if you guys see somebody that's living very well, they got a nice home, they got money in the bank, they living really good. You don't know the struggles that those people have went through in order to get where they got. You don't know. You don't know that these guys, people even look at me, man, you got a nice house, you do this, you do that, and all this kind of stuff, and we can do this. No, man, you don't know, man. Me and my wife have sat down, man, one time and tried to figure out what we were going to eat. Not only that, I mean, we made sure our kids, and they were small at the time, but we were sitting here, we was like, we got to pack our kids lunches. But me and you, we gonna eat this right here over here. But we're gonna pack our kids lunches so they can take that to school, so they don't be the kids that's getting free lunch at school. We had to do that. We had to struggle. Everything you do. And if you're gonna make this thing and navigate to the top and have things, guys, it's not gonna be quick. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I've been doing what I'm doing as far as building. I've been building 20 plus years. And here's the thing, I may not ever see the real fruits of my labor. It may be my grandkids. I'm training my son right now to take it to the next level, and it may not be me, guys, to see it. It's probably gonna be my grandkids to see it. This flip stuff and this quick stuff, and I'm not saying it's not bad, because you can actually make some money doing it. I get it. You can. But there's no such thing as get rich quick, guys. It's just not gonna. Guys, if you're in it for the short haul and you're just trying to make a quick dollar, and I get it, the economy is bad, things are not what it used to be. If you're there, it's not an easy game. This is not an easy game, guys. I hit the wrong screen just then. But guys, so she gets out here and she bought this course and she ran into a wall. And this is, like I said, guys, this is not to belittle her. She seemed like a very good lady, but she ran into the wall because she was trying to do what these guys made this thing appear to be very easy. Let me tell you guys something about construction. If you're gonna get into this game, this house flip game, if you're gonna get into this game right here, there's 3 things that you probably have to have. Well, you're gonna have to have one of these, but this is what you're gonna have. But there's 3 parts to it. One, either you need to be a contractor yourself. You need to understand construction. You need to have this thing figured out, guys. And guys, I've been doing this 20 plus years, and I don't have everything figured out. I got most of it together. Either you are a contractor and you've done enough of these jobs to have this thing figured out, or you are tied to the waist or tied to the hip, and you're just like this right here with a contractor who won't gouge you and who won't take your money, and it's very fair with you. You guys got a lockdown Bonnie and Clyde or whatever relationship with a contractor like myself. Or you can have unlimited money. You can have enough money that you can throw this thing, you can throw anything at it and just hope this thing works. And you can possibly be successful in this right here game. Now, I get it. Now, there's a loophole in this flip stuff. And here's the loophole. The loophole in this flip stuff, guys, is the fact that I know right here in the state of Alabama, and probably most states, there's a buyer beware. I think we live in what they call a buyer beware state. So if you go buy real estate, it's up to the buyer to do their due diligence. See, the seller, they don't have to just, now, I think it's to be trustworthy and honest, they should disclose anything that's going on with it. But it's the buyer that has to go in and do their research. They have to do their due diligence to understand everything there is about that product before they purchase it, because if they're trying to flip it and turn a profit, they need to understand it and they need to be able to build it right, which means that, number one, you need to have an engineer. You need to have a good engineer that can go in there. He can look at the load-bearing walls. Now, me as a builder, I can see some of those things, but he should be able to look at those load-bearing walls, look at those flooring joists, look at those girders, look at the headers, and they need to be able to write out a plan. And this is gonna cost a little money. This on the front end, this before you even buy the property. And they need to write this out, find out exactly what it is that you need to do in order to get this house in safe conditions. That engineer probably gonna cost you a couple of $1,000s just to do that. If you hire a licensed professional engineer with a stamp, structural engineer, have them to go in there first. You figure that out. Then once you figure that out, you figure out what it's gonna cost to get all the structural stuff, which is life safety, because the structure is life safety, to get all that stuff up to par. Then you need a contractor to come in, maybe a home builder or a good contractor to come in. You're gonna give him that engineer stuff. That contractor's gonna take that engineer stuff along with the cosmetic stuff that needs to be done, and they're gonna put a dollar amount, and it's gonna be itemized. It's not gonna be, we're gonna look at this right here. It's gonna be about this. I'm gonna say it's gonna be, no. He needs to sit down, take measurements. He needs to get a scope of work, a game plan, look at the engineer, what the engineer needs to be done, that needs to be done, that the engineer said that needs to be done. He needs to get all that stuff together, and he needs to get you a quote. I didn't say an estimate. I said a quote. And that quote is going to be it. And you, as the person that's going to flip that project, you need to hold him accountable to that quote. That's how that needs to work. Now, I know they're going to be, when you tear walls out and you tear sheetrock out, you're going to see things that probably need to happen. But there needs to be a variance on that you can't exceed this variance right here. That's how that works. Then if you got that figured out, and you can figure out, okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on top of this. And then now the next step is gonna be, you got to have a good real estate team, a marketing team that can sit down and look at the projects in that area, look at the houses in that area, see what they're selling for, see what the value is, get a dollar amount, then stick that in your face. So now you got what it's gonna cost to fix it up, you got what it's gonna cost to sell it, what you can sell it for. Then you put the two together and you subtract however you're gonna do it, and then you're gonna get a number, and that's gonna tell you what kind of profit you can get from this right here job. And that's how that works. And if the profit, now you gotta figure out your time, how long it's gonna take you and all that stuff. But if it makes sense at that point, then buy it. Like I said, Alabama got the buyer beware state, because they can sell you some garbage, and once they sell it to you, you stuck with it. If you didn't do your due diligence, this is why you need to have some guys on your team that can go out here and do their due diligence and figure this stuff out and help you figure it out if you're not a professional at this. And I'll be honest with you, man. Now, here's the thing. I did say you need to have a good contractor. I'm gonna tell you something right now. In this market right now, if you got a good contractor that can work, and that takes a lot of time, you got a good contractor that can work with you and hold your hand through this process, he's probably not a good contractor, because right now, a good contractor got more work than he can possibly handle. He just do. A good contractor that can see this stuff right here, he has more work than he can handle. He don't really need that. That's extra baggage in his head that he got to deal with. So you got to be careful with this right here. She got caught out here in a nightmare. And I'm gonna tell you something, when these people start selling you stuff and they start putting this stuff in your face, when they get finished with you, And I'm gonna tell you, when you get out here in this world, man, this world of commerce that we're dealing with, if you can't see the end game, this ain't for you. It did kind of touch me a little bit because she looked at it, she said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna get beyond this right here. I said, hey, you're going to figure it out. You gotta do it quick. And these guys out here that's selling you these dreams right here. Now, I'm not saying you can't be successful with it, but you gotta be careful. If this is something you wanna do, like I said, guys, either you have a contractor, or you a contractor, or you got damn near unlimited money that you can throw at these things and make it work. Don't be out here being anxious. Quit listening to these people. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, their game is to sell you the courses in most cases. And if you're out here operating like this right here, especially with what I do in this kind of game right here, guys, this is long-term stuff. This stuff takes time. You gotta need to start with smaller things and build your way up. It takes time to learn what I've learned over the years. And some of the builder friends that I have, we've been out here working at it. I mean, I got friends of mine been out here working, and we engage and talk about this every day. Guys, you got to understand this right here. The average house has over 300,000 parts that's assembled by people, different subcontractors and contractors, suppliers. There's a lot of places and a lot of items that can go wrong. And I've been doing this enough to know some of the few things that's probably gonna go wrong. That's why people hire me. If this was easy, everybody could do it. Don't let them get you. Don't let them get you. There are wolves out here, guys. There are people out here that are wolves. They're predators. And if you fall for that stuff, you're gonna be the prey. They will take you under. And once you're done, and once you went out here and bought this stuff, then you have exhausted every resource that you have had trying to make this one job, because it don't take one job to take you under. I promise you, one job and you're out the game. You're out the game for at least 7 years, because the way your credit, you jack your credit around and you go through a foreclosure or something because you can't pay the bills and things like that, you're out the game. You're out the game, man. Don't let these people come here. And I'm not saying, guys, there's no such thing as being able to be a flipper. But it's not easy. It's not an easy job. You got to be that person, man, to stick with something and don't stop. You just keep grinding at it. So once again, guys, this was a short rant. That might have been an average size rant. But that bothered me, guys. It really bothered me to see the look in her eyes when she looked at me and said, you know, I done got myself into this. I bought this project. I bought this right here. And right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Don't let them get you, guys. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, guys. I'm out of here.